There's a word I want you guys to be on the lookout for whenever you're reviewing the news, going through media. I want you to be on the lookout for the word obligation. Specifically in the context of, say, Trump has an obligation to rein in his supporters, or Jeremy Corbyn has an obligation to make his followers stop trolling feminist MPs on Twitter. Or Sargon of Akkad has an obligation to make his right-wing MRA troll fans, whatever, not comment on somebody's video. Obligation or has a duty or an obligation to denounce or decry. These are more the same word. To distance oneself. Distancing, especially, is a danger word that you should be aware of. What that usually means is somebody's butthurt, somebody's triggered, somebody's offended. And it's almost always over something very trivial. And honestly, if you care about free speech, every single thing short of a credible and clear and direct threat of violence is trivial when it comes to the public discourse. I don't care if somebody's bleeding out of her eyes, bleeding out of her ears, bleeding out of her vagina, whatever. You can hold that in distaste and think about that what you will. However, that's criticizing Trump. That's one thing, and that's silly. However, if somebody says, Trump, you must answer for the misogyny of your supporters, or Sargon of Akkad, you must answer for the anti-feminism of your supporters, or Thunderfoot must answer for fucking this shit, or fucking Jeremy Corbyn, or Trump, or fucking any other politician, any other figurehead, any other celebrity at this point. Whenever somebody is in a position to inspire, a lot of people will speak, not on their behalf, but speak with their words towards somebody, and a lot of people might take it too far. Some people might say something distasteful. Somebody might troll and send something that sounds like a threat, but social media threats are almost 100% not credible. Because you would know, due to how desperately progressives, far-left Labour Party members when it comes to the UK, want to censor people. They want to limit freedom of speech. This should be met with immediate resistance, and you should be immediately on guard when anybody says anything about obligation or, anything like that. And especially when it comes to somebody sending me cyberbullying. This is another one of these words. Cyber violence, trolling. They'll even, like idiots, use the word trolling when we all know trolling to be fucking just deliberate antagonizing, teasing, mocking, provoking, not threatening. Trolling is not threatening. If somebody's actually threatening somebody, they're not fucking trolling them. It's a serious thing. When trolling is not serious. Trolling is fuckery. So these people will march out and use words like threats of violence, threats of rape. I've been threatened with rape. I don't feel safe. I'm in fear for my life because somebody was fucking trolling me. You should not take that person seriously. And you should, in fact, hold the rest of whatever they fucking say immediately suspect. Like, entirely, no matter what they fucking say. And also, it should be known that Donald Trump's not responsible for the idiocy of his supporters. His supporters support him because they're idiots. Okay? If you're supporting him unironically. It is very much the troll thing to do to support Trump. And there are some legitimate reasons to support him, and of course a lot of legitimate reasons not to. But in the face of fucking the other choice, I can see why you'd vote for the guy. I'm strongly considering it. Anyway, that sidetrack apart. Once you have 1 million subscribers or whatever, or 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, you're not responsible for them. They are strangers who watch you because you are entertainment, because you are a small-time celebrity. Or, you don't have control over them. And actually, the same goes for politicians. Now, there are some gray areas. For instance, you got Bill O'Reilly calling somebody a baby killer on a daily basis on their show, an abortion doctor calling baby killer over and over on a show, and eventually that person is shot to death by a radical Christian terrorist. The thing is, Bill O'Reilly should not do that. And news organizations should have internal rules about don't fucking do that. Because you know full well that the people who believe this shit are fucking nuts. But the thing is, Bill O'Reilly didn't pull the trigger, and Bill O'Reilly didn't tell anybody to pull the trigger. So even though that is an extremely abhorrent thing, and I abhor Bill O'Reilly in fucking general, I do not hold him culpable. Because in some philosophies, fucking abortion is murder. And it can be argued as such. It can also be argued as not such. It's a fantastic sort of paradox, you know. But when it comes down to it, as detestable as Bill O'Reilly did, and you can't argue that he incited anybody. And, you know, so when you got fucking feminist MPs going, Jeremy Corbyn and your followers are saying fucking rape threats, and first of all, they're inspired by Sargon of God to say, I wouldn't even rape you, to troll them, because what are they doing? They're crying wolf. And so you'll see those MPs go on fucking national television on BP and say, I got all these rape threats. And then in the next fucking sentence say, well, they said they wouldn't even rape me. And then they can run through that with straight face. And then here's the fucking kicker. The fucking newscaster, your supposed trusted pundit to fucking help you decipher the world of fucking politics and the world at large and news events, is just running along with the fucking bullshit dog and pony show. Wag the fucking dog. By the way, what wag the dog means is the tail wagging the dog, which is in they want this to look like I am being threatened, but it's not. So they fucking twist what happened to the point that they are fucking lying, like bald-faced, straight out, deliberately not telling the truth, in fact telling a lie to make it look like the dog's wagging its tail, when it is in fact fucking not. Okay? So that's another thing that should be going through your mind whenever you hear obligated, denounce, decry, distance yourself, fucking repudiate these comments, fucking answer for this shit. Wag the dog. Wag the dog. Fucking more likely than not, bullshit. Okay? And very, very frequently, especially when it comes to these words I'm telling you about, obligation, denounce, decry, those are stand-in words. Those are a thin veneer, a shitty mask over the actual word control. Control them, control them. We can't control them. You control them. We want to control them. This is not funny. This is not a stretch. I'm being serious. This is not a funny video, okay? Especially if you're in like Canada or the UK or in the Western Bloc of the EU. I can't speak for the Eastern. These are countries that don't have legitimate freedom of speech. In fact, really the only one that does is America. For all the things that America does wrong and all the ways that America is a failure, there is one thing they do better than everybody else. And the example that everybody should follow to the fucking letter is freedom of speech. If you are not actually demonstrably, in keyword demonstrably, damaging somebody's reputation or their ability to earn money, make a living by libel or slander, and if you're not making a direct threat of violence or an incitement to somebody else to commit violence, you can say anything. Nothing. It doesn't matter if it's in poor taste. It doesn't matter if it's repulsive to the vast majority of the population. It doesn't matter if it's gross or perverted. It doesn't matter if it's racist or sexist or whatever. It's legal to say. And the UK and Canada cannot say they have the same rights afforded to their citizens. And they should. And you should be fucking crying for them if you live in either of those two countries. Or Sweden. Okay? Or Germany especially. So, to make a long story short, I want you to be aware of these things. This is a public service announcement. That this is the way that bullshit talkers get you to swallow bullshit. Don't take the medicine, okay? It'll only make you sicker. Thanks for watching.